Alright guys, we got a Homelite trimmer we're going to do some work on, which will probably, there's a good chance this will probably be the last one we do since we're going into winter. We have enough of them running around, and we're sitting around here that run, and that we got ready for spring for all the neighborhood kids. But before I got started, I just wanted to show you a little something. There's a lot of people don't realize it, but it comes down to buying stuff. All you're technically doing is buying a brand name. Now you got two different weed eaters here. This is a Homelite from 2017. This is the Walmart brand Hyper Tough 2020. That's one of them that we bought new when they was on sale. That's been actually a really faithful trimmer. It's taken a beating, but I'll show you now. These they're so much alike, and they are actually, the one's a 26 cc and one's a 25, and I believe this one, yeah, this is 26 cc. It has a label on the bottom. I believe the Hyper Tough was a 25. No, they are both. I'm sorry, they're both 26 cc. Now you can look at these, and so these take the same throttle assembly. I'm gonna be able to see them a little better. The plastics are just a little bit different, just enough to throw you off a little bit. But a lot of it is the same, and this is where a lot of people, you're just buying brand name. I was saying this one is Hyper Tough, or Homelite. That one is the Hyper Tough. You can see the string location's the same on them. Same fuel tanks. The only thing on these that are actually different, they even have the same motor, which I believe is, they're just about all made in China now, but they are both 26 cc. And they're both manufactured by, I believe, MTD. And I was saying, you see the throttle assemblies. Throttle assemblies are the same. You see that one's the same. The handles are the same. They even take the same piece, straight shaft assembly. This one off the Hyper Tough. It's it'll fit right on this Homelite. Boom, here it is. So it's right there. Same spool heads, same everything. This Homelite, actually, when I got it, this is the straight shaft off of it. This is when I bought the replacement spool head for my son. That is the same spool head that we bought. It's the self. You line the screws up, run your string through, and you just crank the center, to re-spool it. So it's the same. So do not let yourself get fooled. I know growing up I always thought certain brands were the best, but obviously that is not the case. You can see from the back, I took the back plastics off, so we can try to do a comparison here. If I can get them in there where you guys can see them, you'll see it's the same fuel tanks. The only thing on these two that are different is, you can see the mufflers there and everything. The only thing that is different is the carburetor. And the mount, not the mount, but the throttle cable itself. This one, you can see how it hooks to, it's got a spot right here on the side of the case for the Homelite. Hyper Tough. It just comes down and around and runs up. The reason for that, you got two different carburetors. It's the only difference. You could actually take that motor off that Hyper Tough, pull this one out, and throw it into this one's case. Put this carburetor on that motor, and it'd run. But enough of that. I just wanted to make sure people actually realize that. And I'll set this aside. I'll reassemble it when I'm done. But same spark plugs, man. Same, same everything. So just want to make sure people knew that. So all you're buying is a brand name. I'm sure there's a ton of people that would buy this one first just because it says Homelite, which is, to each their own. I know a lot of people prefer their own brands, but this one we picked up. We'll get started on it. Found it on Marketplace a few days ago actually, and just haven't had time to mess with it. But the gentleman that had it always ran. He actually gave me some of that fuel for it too. The fuel you buy in a can, and pre-mixed stuff. Always ran that. Said it always ran good. Problem he had, said it would start it would idle. As soon as you hit the throttle, it'd bog out and die. So usually that's fuel filter, fuel line. You know, it's usually something simple. But we'll take a look at it and get this out of the way before I lose it here. But it has a little bit of that pre-mixed gas in it still, so we have to be careful there. But like I was saying, it probably will be our last one for the year. Oh, it does have an air filter. Well, primer's working. Sounds like it's sucking a little bit of air, but it's working. Let's see if we can get in here without dumping fuel. Well, here's one problem. See if I can get you guys in there. I doubt it. Let's get that cab out here. These fuel lines are toasted. If I can get you up here. They are in serious trouble here. You see them there? They're breaking apart. So it's got some age on them. They're breaking apart. So little fuel line there is, well, you can kind of see the other one off to the right. The other one's the same way. So you can see where they're damp from where it's been leaking up around the tank. So the fuel lines are in order. So fuel lines, fuel filter. Alright, I'll get that stuff ready. Alright, here's our old line and filter. You can see there, this stuff is just, I got the small fragments or a bunch of the stuff I pulled out of the tank, but you can see how bad this line is, just crumbling. And you can just pull it to pieces. So there's all kinds of that in the tank, but we got a bunch of that out. But so now get that gas out there. We do throw a couple fuel lines in it. I'll show you guys. I showed you 1,000 times probably. At least it seems like it. Simple. Get this black line we use. It came in the kit we done on the other trimmer. Just cut it in an edge. A little lube on it. Help slide it through. And I'm going to start with the one closest in. These ones are actually side by side instead of being, you know, this way across the tank. They're this way. So I'll go ahead and do this one's the main fuel line. Get her started. This line might be just a little too thick. Okay, I think I just need to make it. I don't think I made the point long enough, so we're going to do, give us a little bit more to go down in the tank. Move it back up. Just need just enough down in there. There we go. See if we can get hold of it good enough. I might have to go to a line that's not as thick in diameter. I'm hoping this one works. That way we get a really good tight seal on the tank itself. Here they are, right here in front of me. See if we can draw it down in there. Sometimes she'll go, sometimes she won't. Yeah, it's going. It's just being tough. Almost. These I'll show you on the tank. There should be a Yeah. Just want to make sure you don't get it. Make sure you don't dump any gas. On your tank, how it flattens out, it's where you want to keep it. You don't want to get it to where it's curving up the other side, or once you start running low on gas, obviously it's going to run out, so you want to get it to where it's bottom of the tank. Which is about, should be about where we're at. Yep, so we'll get that out. Cut it straight. Should have, there it is. New fuel filter right here. Throw that on, and when you drop it in, just double check. Make sure you're reaching the bottom, which is right where we're at. We are right here where this dimple is on the bottom of the tank. It's right where the fuel filter is at. So it's good. Take care of that one. So we'll get it up here. Cut the length, which is right about there. I always give myself just a hair extra. Here we go. So that takes care of your main fuel line and filter. So I'll go ahead and do the other one the same way. I'll probably have to cut it at just like I've done the main fuel line. Cut it a little bit more of an angle like that. This stuff here is thick, so but it'll give us a good seal on the tank itself. So I'll get this one installed, and we'll check a couple other things. Alright, we're going to do now, both fuel lines are on. So we got 2 new lines, new fuel filter. So, let's see, make sure. Pull this off. Let's make sure we got compression. Oh yeah, we got plenty of compression. It definitely stinks, but the plug's been changed before. It's a torch. Let's see. Oh yeah, see if you guys can see that. We're getting plenty of spark. Might be able to get it in there where you can see it. So what we're doing is checking the basics. Check the basics just to see what we got. So of course, first thing I always do is kind of doing it backwards. Since I needed fuel lines, I done it first, but I always check for compression and spark before I do anything. But if you guys can see that or not, but it's definitely getting spark. So we should be good there. So, get the plug back in. That is a torch brand. They sell them at Wally World. We got a whole lot of. Thought I had a. Yeah, I don't see it. I had a wire brush down here, but I don't see it now. So we could knock some of the dirt off, but it's okay. Back on. There's our cover. Might as well throw it back on real quick, right? It probably won't make a difference. Let's just see if it hits. As long as it hits, then I'll throw it all back together, and the only thing we have left to do is take it outside and let it run. No, senor. Well, let's get some light on the subject. looks like it's... We may not have enough fuel in this sucker. Let's try this. Where's Old Faithful at? Let's try priming it. Choke is open. I think so. See if she hits now. Nope. Guess I could have it flooded. Wouldn't be the first time. Alright, we'll dry the cylinder out and then we'll hit it again. Alright, let's give it another shot. Found the wire brush, cleaned the plug up a little bit, so it was firing. I don't know how much that would actually help anything, but we got the plastic cover back on. Hopefully it set long enough. We shall see. Could be the gas. And it was. He gave me the can. The fuel he used in it was at 50-to-1 premix. So. Nothing. Alright, this thing's killing ourselves with it. Because we're dumping, you can see here, we're dumping fuel out the carb, so you see it dripping there. So we definitely got something going on. Be a stuck needle, diaphragm could be shot. I don't know, had to dig into it and take a peek. The only issue I found with it is the diaphragm's pretty much, still it should have started, but it's pretty crinkly, making popping noises. So it's pretty stiff. I have one, but it's not. I don't know. It's kind of thin. I don't know if this one will actually work on it. I may have to order one for it, but I'll throw it back together, put this one in it, and see what happens. Worst to do is not start. Alright, let's give it another shot. So we changed the diaphragm, made sure the screen was clean, put a new primer on it. So, diaphragm, yeah. Let's see what we get here. We're getting nothing, that's what we're getting. There we go. We need to get some more fuel in it. Not enough petrol. Alright, hang on. Alright, we'll just try real quick and see if we can get it to hit off. It's more gas in it, but it's trying to suck up. But could be that rubber piece bad too. Nope. Fellas. Try the old prime trick again, I guess. Just not so much this time. Want to hear it fire. be what he's talking about. So we have a carburetor issue. I had my hand on the throttle, so it was killing it. Yep, it could just be air fuel mixture, but I'll have to take care of that outside. But hey, at least we got it to hit, man. That's a step in the right direction. And we need I think that's a Pac-Man tool. Let's see. Pretty sure it is. Yep. So it takes the Pac-Man style. Alright. So we'll do tomorrow when I get off work, I'll get home, we'll drag it out. It's currently almost 8 o'clock at night. It's dark out and it's snowing, so we'll get off work tomorrow, we'll drag it outside, put the rest of the shaft back on, we'll take it outside and we'll plate that carb and see if we can get it to come around. Alright, moment of truth here. Hopefully it'll run. Still not priming up like it should, but let's see what we can get out of it. Actually not priming up well at all. And it's like we're hardly getting any fuel in the primer ball. Unless we're sucking air somewhere. Give her a little shot, I guess. See how well this works out. Ooh, right down the old throat. Hopefully it's not too much. Alright. Weird. It wouldn't start unless you held it wide open. Let's try half choke. Killing herself. Alright, try priming it again. It's got to be something simple. It's a brand new filter. I hate to think it's plugged up. I mean, it can happen. It could be a bad filter. Not letting the gas come up like it should. Seen stranger things. Alright, give her another go. Spool works. I don't think it's getting any fuel. And I don't think I have something out here to pull that up and even attempt to get that fuel filter off. Really, I mean, you wouldn't think there'd be much to keeping it from getting fuel, but I'll go ahead and set that up there just in case nothing's wrong with it. We're down? Yep, we're down. Now, see if we get some fuel. I hope. No. Yep. Maybe. Maybe it does have a carb issue. Alright. Not playing around. Just gonna try. See if they turn. Run them all. We'll run the high and low all the way in. Then back them out a little bit. See if she'll start. Okay. It's one. Should be 2 turns. One. Should be 2 on each. It's trying. Well, crapola. Still not sucking up like it should. Oh, that cranking, I'm starting to wear a spot in the plastic. a little bit. This thing just not wanting to build up pressure. Well, the screen was clean. I definitely had checked it. The only thing that looked rough was the diaphragm. Oh, there we go. It's dumping out the bottom. That explains a lot. So we definitely have carburetor issues. Yeah, it's building up all kinds of pressure. Let's see if we can get it to start anyway. Have to take a look and see if I got I might have a used one I can throw on it just to see what we get. Yeah, you can see there, it's just kind of beating a dead horse with that carb. If I can get it in there on it. It's right there on, well, I don't know how well you can see it with the primer. It's not, you prime it, something's wrong internally, because there's no filter on it, so it should be easy for it to draw fuel up. It's just not wanting to do anything, so it's starting to seep out the bottom. They have that weep hole on them, and it's coming out. So I have to see if I can find a I might have a carburetor we can throw on it. I'll go check. Alright, found one. This is actually off of a Ryobi. We done a video on it. It's been quite a while, but it's the one that had, if you go back and look, it's the one that had the, I think it had a hedge trimmer attachment on it. So we'll try that. It's pumping up. Go on, meathead. One to idle, but she runs. Let's see. I think I don't see one. Thought I had a screwdriver out here. Let me see if we could just, yeah, it takes a flathead or a Phillips, so we can try to bump the idle up a hair, see what we get. There we go. Let's try that. carburetor needs adjusted on it to fit the settings for this trimmer. It's set up for that Ryobi. I cannot remember what cc that Ryobi is, but here we go. It runs. We definitely have a carb issue, and that's why I was saying a lot of these, like I said in the beginning of the video, a lot of this stuff is the same. This is the same exact carburetor from this Homelite. This is the one that was on the Homelite I just took off. The one that's on that Ryobi. The only thing different between these two is the lever for the choke. This one's yellow. Other than that, you can kind of see it there. You have a yellow choke lever. Other than that, it's the same thing. So that's the same. It comes down to preferred brand, I guess. I mean, a lot of this stuff is so interchangeable. It's crazy until you start getting into certain brands. You know, like Stihl. You know, you start getting into all that high dollar stuff, and you know, then it's a different story. But you start getting into these China made, you know, like the Homelite, MT, well, like I said, MTD. You can look it up. MTD is the manufacturer of a lot of this stuff. Just Google it. You know, the Walmart brand, Homelite, Ryobi, you know, so on and so on. And it's a lot of them. They are the same. Actually, the Ryobi I took that carburetor off of, same tank. The casing's almost identical. It's all the same stuff, same throttle assembly. But there you have it. It runs. Needs a carburetor, or either a carburetor on it or a rebuild kit. I'll tell you, at some point I'm going to save up and get a one of them sonic cleaner, ultrasonic, whatever the heck they're called. You just drop it in there, turn it on, it heats up with the cleaner, vibrates, and it cleans out every nook and cranny of the carburetor. Throw some gaskets on it, you're good to go. But that's it for this one. So it's a borrowed carburetor, but it's a win. It runs. There you go. The other one, the Ryobi, I don't know. I don't have an attachment for it, but so this one will probably stay on there, and then maybe this spring I'll do the adjustments on the carburetor for it to match up. So now I can put the fuel filter back in it. And thanks for watching, guys. That's it. Like I was saying in the beginning, this might be the last one for the season we do. Got some other stuff I'm wanting to do, and got them trucks. I gotta get to working on them trucks. So we got pop-up. It's right over here. We bought used off a friend of mine. Needs a lot of work though, so I have to try to get doing some work on it. And so we should be pretty much supplied on these for this spring, and to be able to, you know, have the kids do whatever they want to do if they still want to do it. I know this last spring and summer we didn't really get that many people that wanted to do it, and but we'll see. So alright guys, thanks for watching, and kind of a win. Borrowed carburetor, but it's a win. Who am I kidding? I went ahead and adjusted it. She's on a little high, but there you go. I ain't gonna kid myself. I went ahead and done it. That Ryobi, it's the attachments for that thing are used. They're like 50-60 bucks. So I'm just gonna leave this one on it. Went ahead and adjusted it for the Homelite, so this thing runs like a top now. All right, thanks for watching, guys. I'm out.